Beautiful. Okay, up next we have Miss Lynn, the voice singer. She's going to be coming up to the stage. Is she here in the house?
She's awesome.
Is Lynn in the house? Did she get here yet?
Lynn is having some difficulty in joining. She will be joining in a while.
She's on her way? Okay.
Yeah, she's on her way.
Okay, so I'll tell you guys what's going on right now while we get Lynn here. Right now we have Cosmic Goddess Reverend Jen Post in the playroom. She's doing a galactic activation. She'll be there for about another 25 minutes. So, she does everything from Akashic Records, talk to the higher guides, light language, channeling, healing, meditation. So she is very entertaining, and she is in room number 1. That is available right now if you guys want to go there, and we can make an announcement when Lynn arrives. Because when Lynn arrives, is she here? I heard her voice. Not yet. Okay. So Lynn's going to be coming, and she's going to be talking about using your voice as a healing tool. And she's a voice coach, a healer, a channel. She does bioenergetics, body dynamics, yoga. She's an author, body, mind, spirit techniques. She's located in New York. And she is on her way in. Also in room number 2, we have the psychics and healers. This is where you get 5 minutes for free. You get 5-minute free sessions with whoever's available, or you make an appointment. Jean is in there right now helping you. If you want an appointment for in the future, Jean can make an appointment. So say you want an appointment with Jen, or you want an appointment with Joan or Annette, he can make an appointment for you right now. We go until 10 o'clock tonight, but 9 to 10 o'clock, we're on the panel pretty much. So if you just arrived and you want to go check it out, hit the bottom of your screen where it says more, it has 3 dots or 4 squares. Click on that with your finger and you're going to see a white screen that pops. It says breakout rooms. You're going to see a white panel, a menu, and then scroll down to where it says number 1 playroom. Hit join. That's where Jen is right now with the playroom experience. If you scroll down to number 2, it says psychic booking room, 5-minute free. And you hit the word join. And then Eugene will make an appointment with you to see anybody for a paid session. Everybody has reduced show prices from $1 to $2 a minute. You can see them from 20 minutes, 30 minutes today, or make an appointment for another time, and most of them will honor that show price. So thank you guys for being here. If you're listening to us on replay, like, share, comment. Join us next month. We have the exact same link because it is held on the last Saturday of the month. So once you do sign up, you can literally sign up for every month in advance. So it makes it easy. And then we just remind you. We're always looking for new practitioners. We always have space because it's always a revolving door. People come and go. They have their life. They have weddings, funerals, jobs, family, kids, traveling. So I allow 15 speakers. If you want to be a speaker and you've never done it before, I'll help you. I'll hold your hand a little bit. I'll get you out there. I like supporting you and encouraging you. Bring the best out of you. Rika Kaplan, do you want to entertain us for a few minutes while we're waiting for our speaker?
Hey, how are you this evening? I'm just getting back. I just finished freezing someone. And then I got a phone call about a guy who has a couple athletes, but then they wanted a whole body chamber. So at least I got the phone call. They're Googling. My Googling is working.
Great. Well, great. So Rika will be on stage about 7:15 for about 45 minutes. And she'll be up after Carol, unless, yeah. So do you want to do a reading? Do you want to talk? Do you want to introduce what you do in case anyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about how we can tap into our limitless love capacity and how that unites when you're in coherence. Then you can tap into the galactic heart and the earth heart, so you are connected to all things. But I did shuffle, so I thought I would pull a collective reading.
Okay. Especially for the solar, the lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse today.
Yes. We have a lot of energy, a lot of manifestation energy going on right now. This solar eclipse will typically be an ending. It's something is being eclipsed out. So, but then we have a new moon, new beginnings. So normally a new moon ritual is to write down things that you want to manifest from that new moon to the full moon, corresponding full moon, which is typically about 6 months apart. And the new moon will help you manifest new things, new beginnings. So it's interesting that we have this endings with the eclipse and the beginnings with the full moon. So we've really got a lot of energy going on. All right, so let me pull. Divine Father God, Divine Mother Source, creators of light, love, and all things, I ask you to be here with me in this now moment. I ask you to bring forward any messages that we have for the collective. What is it that we most need to know right now? All right, let's see. Let's see what they want to tell us. And my playroom experience now, I was going to do readings and a little sound healing, but now I'm being called to do kind of more sound with a prayer and meditation to help with the heart expansion, the codes, the Christos light codes that can be activated with sound and the heart.
Yeah, just do a sound check with that when you get started with the bowl.
I'm going to go to my phone because I know that my phone does better with actually feeling the bowl sing. The computer I haven't checked yet. I should probably try that. Ooh,
yeah. You can actually, just, show it'd be cool for, to hear the sound coming in one and show the camera in the other if you needed to. So what you get? What card?
This is Hilarion. It's a major arcana, the number 5, May. May's coming up, the number 5. And let me read from Hilarion. Like the angels and other masters, Hilarion is always available to you, and receiving this card upright is telling you that his assistance is close at hand. If you're working on a project that requires research and attention to detail, it's full steam ahead. It's time to open to this master's energy if you have a job that involves any type of evidence detection and drawing conclusions from the discovery. These types of jobs include these and similar activities should be on the rise for you now. This is the time to bring in a logical approach to all your pursuits. Hilarion is right there with you, blessing you with help, clarity, and direction. So in May, we can get help, clarity, and direction. Right now, with the eclipse, not only does it take something out, but it also hides or shadows something. So you don't always have the full information at the eclipse. Sometimes it hides and it unfolds in its time. So it looks like it's going to be until May when we get some clarity and direction. So, what
So,
else is
Rika,
going on?
do you want to just keep going and maybe we'll just have her take your spot later? Are you ready to present? Or I can bring,
Yeah, who is supposed to be up now? Yeah, I can present.
or I can bring, you're ready to go and then we'll just bring her out later.
Whichever you prefer, whichever she prefers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Go for it.
Huh?
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Hello, 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 hello. I wasn't expecting to be up, but here we are. I do want to talk to you about all of the energy that's going on around. The last couple of minutes, I've discussed some of it, but this energy is here to assist you in elevating from the lower chakras. See, we are an eternal soul housed in our hearts. Our atma, our soul, is actually in our heart center. So this bioelectric bodysuit that we wear is programmed to receive and transmit signals so that we know that so that we can receive messages, send messages, understand and process information. When a bioelectric bodysuit, when this thing is filled with traumas and dramas, that signal becomes distorted. So what we want to do is we want to open up and connect into our heart. So let me share my screen. Host disabled participants screen sharing. Vicky, can you let me share my screen?
Okay. You can try now.
Okay. There we go. Perfecto. Okay, here we go. Perfecto. All right, so first things first. Renewal catalyst, Rika Kaplan, the renewal catalyst. What I help you do is clear out those traumas and dramas that are in your body and help you reboot or rejuvenate, revitalize your operating system. Your heart is your operating system. As I said, this suit needs an operating system, and it's not this ever-thinking brain that keeps you up here in this fight or flight mode. We need to drop down into our heart space, activate that operating system, that Christos, that light pillar that will send and receive the clear signals from that operating system, that heart. So I wanted to read self-love is your superpower, and when your love overflows, you can perform miracles of kindness. So because this suit gets diseased or diseased because of the traumas and dramas, you're distorted. You're running signals in your heart isn't connecting properly to the rest of your body and to the universal, the galactic heart, and the Earth's heart. So you want that signal running clearly. And believe it or not, self-love is your superpower, because you have to have this signal operating so that you can connect with all that is. So, and when you love yourself, then you will connect to all things, because you are connected to the galactic heart and the heart of Mother Earth. So love is the frequency that we want to be on. We want to get out of the body and the mind, this ever-thinking mind. We now know that thoughts become things. So thoughts and emotion equals the creation of energy, of your circumstances. You create what you are experiencing in this game. The suit that we're wearing is your avatar in this game. We came here to learn lessons. So we activate our heart, we raise our consciousness out of the body and the mind and into the soul, because we want to activate that Atma, that soul. That's where love resides. And you do that through the emotion of love. I had an experience over the last weeks because of the collective clearing over the last year and a half, but most pointedly in the last several months, we've had collective clearing. And the waves of that energy that is coming up to be transmuted can cause people who are sensitive, all of the healers in this room and everyone watching, more than likely is also a healer. And those things can affect, they come in waves. The clearing and the transmutation of this energy has come at us in waves. So I was feeling anxiety and there's so much to do. There's so much going on. I have to do so much, that I was kind of panting. And I had a friend ask me, are you, when did you stop breathing? And when she asked me that, it brought me back into the power of breath. Full, deep, diaphragm opening inhales, and full, deep, rib cage contracting exhales, breath. It is, your breath is a physical reflection of your mental state. The slow rhythmic breath stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which reduces the heart rate and relaxes the muscles of the mind. If you relax your mind, you can go into your heart. When breath work allows us to shift out of our mind and into our body. When you're able to connect to your breath, you begin to feel a deeper connection to yourself. This initiates the process of self-love. So these distortions that we have experienced while we're walking around in this life, on this path, these distortions cause us to run programs that are negative self-thought, negative. And what that does is that keeps you in a lower frequency, a lower chakra, a lower energetic level of consciousness. This is all about expanding your consciousness, becoming open to unity consciousness, so that we are all acting as the fractals of the one source creator that is. So back to breathing. Breathing, you must breathe. it always brings you right back to where you need to be. It brings you into the here and now instead of the mind, which takes you to the future and to worry and anxiety. It drops you back here knowing, being in the here and now. Breathing exercises can aid in slowing down and being mindful, allowing you to reconnect with the now. In that now moment, with your soul, your heart, Atma, expanded and open, and that operating system working properly, that chakra system, that energetic system. Once you get that going on, then you are connected to all that is. And that is what we are all here to do. We're here to remember. We're here to remember that this is just a made-up game that we signed up to play. All right, so how do we tap into limitless self-love? We rise from the lower descending, lower frequencies of irritation, blame, self-talk, heartache, failure, grief, judgment, self-pity, boredom, even boredom. We need to rise above that in order to find, there it is, our self-love, that self-love, that activates your heart like nothing else. When you can be comfortable with who you are, when you can be able to boot that operating system properly. So I'm kind of a heart specialist, a renewal catalyst, because I'm gonna get that heart open to allow that self-love in, because that operating system needs to be moving properly up this spiral. You want to spiral out of these lower frequencies into the higher frequencies. Something to be mindful of is being playful, happiness, being generous and passionate. Those are all things that we want to bring into our lives, and loving ourselves, tapping into that limitless love and consciousness is what we all, is how we bring heaven on earth. So when you have correct heart coherence, meaning your heart is sending the proper signals, you are creating this toroidal magnetic field around you. When your signal is operating properly, when your system has been rebooted and out of those negative spiraling downward processes, then you have the coherence to create this magnificent energetic field, strong and healthy and large. Our brain, our heart emits more electromagnetic energy than our brain. So this brain is like the force mediator of this operating system. So this exists only to assist in opening the heart center. And this is done if you clear all the distortions that can clog up your energetic field, your grid. If you'll notice, there are multiple points on this grid. And small things can clog this up if you aren't speaking your truth, if you aren't saying your truth, if you're not hearing things, if you're not open, if you have too many blockages in your heart, your sacral, your root chakra. If these things are trapped, your energetic field will not be able to expand. We are all expanding and contracting is how the energy moves. It's expansion and contraction. And we are ideally want to expand, because when we expand, then we are interconnected to the all grids, all earth. That's our unity consciousness. And where does that begin? That begins with self-love, activating that heart. Once you activate that heart, that soul, that Atma, then you can become connected to all that is as you expand your energy field outwards. So, a scientifically controlled study conducted by German researchers at the University of Kassel has shown that while the chest area of an average person emits only 20 photons of light per second, someone who meditates on their heart center and sends love and light to others emits an amazing 100,000 photons per second. That is 5,000 times more than the average human being. Numerous studies have also shown that when these photons are infused with a loving and healing intent, their frequency and vibration increases to the point where they can literally change matter, heal disease, and transform negative events. What this is saying is that love, when you are operating on the frequency of love, you are emitting such light. You are the lighthouse. This is where that saying comes from. You are the lighthouse. You become the lighthouse. You are emitting this magnificent frequency. So why is love the most powerful force in the universe? It is because it is limitless. When you emit that light, when you love and you expand that, you become connected to all that is. So our energy field expands and connects to all the other fractals on this plane, in this matrix. When our heart expands, I'll say that again, we become connected and understand that we each operate as a point in this coherent field. When your light is activated, when your heart is expanded, when your distortions have been cleared, when you're sending and receiving a clear signal, then you are connected to the galactic heart as well as the earth heart. Okay.
I don't hear you, Rika.
Okay, I'm sorry, here I am. When scientists looked for a unified theory of the universe, they forgot the most powerful unseen force, which is love. Love is light, for it enlightens those who give and receive it. Love is gravity, because some people feel attracted to others. Love is power, because it multiplies the best we have and allows humanity not to be extinguished in their blind selfishness. Love unfolds and reveals. For love, we live and die. Love is the greatest force in the universe. These are the words of Albert Einstein. Love is a state of being. This beingness will open paths and doorways to all time and space once you have expanded your heart coherence. This state allows us to remain as the objective observer without judgment. If you love unconditionally, you do not judge, and therefore you do not attach. It is from this state that we can expand exponentially rather than a finite path based on conditionality. Your heart is the operating system that processes the information being transmitted and received. Distortions and disturbances allow for cross signals and missed communication. This keeps you in fight or flight mentality, being guided and prodded by your brain or ego mind. Your heart is where your Atma, your soul, resides. That is the place where all knowledge can be accessed if your signal is strong and clear. So remember, I showed you that picture, how your heart, as it expands into the field, you are connected to the galactic and the earth heart. So it's important to keep that heart signal strong. And how do we do that? We take care of ourselves. We ground. We eat the proper foods. We drink enough water. We meditate. We slow down. We learn. And those are all self-care techniques. I do yoga every day. I drink water. I put my feet on the grass every day, stand in the sun. Sunlight is so healing and so grounding. Typically, you want to make sure that you fill your own cup so that you have to share with others. So you want to make sure that you love yourself enough that your signal is strong, that you will maintain that clear, strong signal. If you maintain that, then you are lit up and connected to all that is. So, I don't know, do I have more time, Sherry?
Yeah, you have about until 1/4 of, and then Carol's going to come on for the next 45 minutes.
Okay,
so you can kind of wrap it up in a few minutes.
Okay, all right. So we'll talk about self-care a little bit more. All right.
And just leave time for you to do your door prize.
Okay. Okay, so right now, because of the energy that we are getting, we might be experiencing some ascension symptoms. And if you go back to your breath, that will help alleviate those ascension symptoms. And some of those ascension symptoms, while we're raising in frequency out of the lower chakras, expanding our heart, connecting to all that is, you can be nauseous, you can have headaches. Third eye activations give you pounding up here, sometimes like a stretching or a pulling sensation, dizziness, some leg cramps. When we're ascending into higher states of consciousness, we often will experience unpleasant emotions and physical symptoms. This is because we must first purge lower vibrational frequencies from our physical bodies, our relationships, and our lives before we can ascend into higher states of consciousness. Think of your energy like a cup. If it is full of mud, there's no room for the crystalline water. But once you start pouring high pressure water into the cup, it pushes all the mud to the surface. Your energy system is similar in the sense that in order to make room for the higher vibrational energy, we must clear lower vibrational energy from our system. So that's exactly what's going on right now is whoosh, this energy is coming along and clearing out all of this lower chakra, all of these lower energies. Often lower frequencies are unconscious. When something is unconscious, we don't even know it is there. So it must first be brought into conscious awareness before it can be healed. More often than not, we have lived our lives operating in a state of unconscious. When we start to become conscious, we may feel as though our life is being turned upside down. This is really just the energy showing you what was never significant in the first place. So you have a subconscious mind, which is, we have a subconscious mind, which operates unconsciously. That unconscious mind wants to keep you in certain patterns. These are called feedback loops. Those distortions that are running in your energetic field can cause feedback loops to, and instead of that spiral out of the lower frequency issues. So these things can cause some discomfort, some waves of uncertainty, some lot of different symptoms. So this is where self-care comes into play. Make sure that you are breathing, make sure that you are taking care of the bodysuit that you're wearing. So I have a little bit of time, it looks like. So I wanted to maybe pull a card. When you have that clear signal, you will hear, and you're connected to all that is, that's when you start getting the proper I'm sorry. Hold on one moment. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here I am. Okay, so I was going to pull some cards for you. All right, let's see. What is it that we, oh, that was the point I was making. I was making the point that once you have that clear signal running and you're connected to all that is, that's when you start to channel. Everyone has this capability. Once your signal is clear, your gifts will be remembered. Your body will automatically know how to connect to information, either in the Akashic field or any of the other dimensional fields. All probabilities exist at this point. You will have a connection to all of your higher selves and to infinite wisdom. So that's why you want to keep your signal clear. All right, so let's see. What is it that we need to know right now? Okay, Set balance, balance. That's what we're feeling right now with the eclipse and the new moon, all at the same time. Balance. We have to feel that balance. And the breath. If you go back to your breath, that will help you balance. Okay, I think I need to wrap up now, Sherry. So if we could do the door prize.
Yes.
Okay. I think everyone puts in the chat.
Number.
Okay.
What do we put in the chat?
I put in a number.
From 0 to 100. Or from 1 to 100.
Okay. All right, is everybody entered? I guess Sherry does a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I don't know if you see that. It is 44. So if you have that, let's go. Who's 44? Okay. Who's closest? 44 would be 23. And
Yes,
I have 2 23s.
we have 2 23s.
And we have 2 23s. Okay. So both Michelle and Helga, Michelle and Helga, follow me to room 9, and I will give you my information. We can get your reading scheduled.
Okay.
Okay. So who was up next, Vicki?
Carol is next.
Okay.
Carol is next. Yeah.
She doesn't look like she is.
And she's here.
I am ready. I've been ready since.
Yay!
Always.
I signed back on. I had to sign out of the fair for a little while because I had a client come, and I just signed back in. Sherry said, "Okay, start talking." So I did, and now here you are. Good.
Well, I want to thank you for whatever you were talking about. The resonance of the heart and how it leads directly to the ascension. You're talking. It was a beautiful lead into me. What I am doing, I swear, Rika, it's like what you're talking about. This is what I have been experiencing. And well, since childhood, I had all of this, but because I was raised by French-Canadian parents who are very Catholic and had taboos up to there, they thought everything that I saw and heard were coming from the devil. Well, because they're Catholics, Yeah. So if it's not God, it has to be the devil. So in any case, I had to take my time and be invisible until I was able to go to the libraries. And I was looking into the libraries, trying to find books, trying to find, the breadcrumbs in the forest so that I could find my way home. And they were starting in the late 80s, they were starting to have these spiritual churches in Montreal. That's where I was born. And little by little, it was coming, you know, and my gifts, I could see things, I could foretell, I saw past lives, I saw this, I saw that, and it was so natural. And so finally, I decided to think, I need to move out of here. The cold is too treacherous for a spiritual being like myself. So I was able to find out and applied for the immigration lottery that they were having in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And this was a lottery for immigration so that I could immigrate, receive my green card and immigrate to the US. And of course, where do you think I wanted to go? It was either Florida or Hawaii. So I chose Florida, which I'm glad. I'm glad for that, because with everything going on in the past few years, I believe that this is the most incredible state, not just of the US, but Florida is the most incredible place regarding freedom of choice, freedom for us to be responsible enough to choose if we want to wear a mask, if we want to do this, if we want to remain in the house, if we don't. And so it's all about choice. And you know, there are so many people here who have migrated to the US and to Florida. And there are so many light workers here. There are so many beings who, like myself, you know, are first-time celestials experiencing life as a human for the first time. And others are star seeds. There are many star seeds, meaning there are many young people that are here for the first time in human form. And those are the ones that need most of our help, because they have no idea, and they are so pure that they easily revert to drugs, revert to other means to let go, to numb their emotions, because it's the emotions when you're not from this place, you're not from this planet. Emotions are the most difficult to understand. And I'll tell you why. As a celestial, when we are in higher planes of existence, there is no duality, there is only love. And, you know, that was explained to you previously, just before I came on. And this is a state of being. You are, this is what you are. And everybody, before becoming human, this is what we are, folks. This is it, pure love and only love. So when you come down for the first time in a human form, what happens? Before being born, you're experiencing what your mother is going through, her fears, her physical ailments that she has throughout the pregnancies. So many different emotions are going through her that the baby feels absolutely everything. And so a lot of times these babies, these pure spirits, are born, have breech births. Many of them are breech births because they decide at the last minute they don't want to go out. They don't want to, they change their minds. And that was me. I was a breech birth and I had the umbilical cord around my neck 3 times. I figured, no, I better die now because I won't be able to take this. Well, guess what? God had plans for me. And so here I am many years later. And so there are so many who don't make it. And it's because of their purity. These are beings of such pure light that are coming in, that have come in. And now, fortunately, the parents are awake. They're awakening. And especially with the foods and how to understand these children. A lot of children are born autistic, and these are special children, but they are also spirits of the light. And so we are coming into so many different types of humans, the transgenders, so many that are coming in. Why? Because they have heard the clarion call. The call now is to awaken all of humanity, all of the planet, all of the universe, all of the multiverses. Everything is awakening, not just us to take better care of ourselves and our planet and to love one another. This is across the board for all of creation. God has says enough. This is enough. For the Star Wars, yes, it's not just a movie. Yes, it is happening. It has happened. It continues to happen. And all of this has to stop because we are all destroying one another, ourselves, and it has to stop for the golden years, the golden times. And this is where we are headed. That's why we are having this monumental day today in collaboration with the other beings of light who are on higher frequencies than we are, that we can connect as my previous speaker was talking about. Everything comes from the heart. And to raise your frequency, it's about love. And there are so many people here who do not want to love because of whatever reason. They can't love. They figure they can't love these people because they were hurt. Well, forget it. It's time to let it go, no matter what has happened to you in the past. This is all about letting go of the past. Because whatever we think of, this is what we create. And if you're hanging on to something from your past, you are recreating this. You are not realizing how powerful you all are. And so, yes, it is a little bit difficult, but we need to do it. And we are all here. Many of us are here. We're here to help you. And some of us here need your help. So we're all here to help one another to become cognizant of our gifts. Not cognizant that we are jealous, not cognizant that we're not awake. We are awake. We are just standing in our way. Everybody has awakened, okay? We all have the gifts. Everything is there. We are all connected. We are all one. We just need to remember, by getting out of our way, to become aware of who we are. And how do we do that? We forgive ourselves and just surrender. Surrender to your heart. Surrender to your love. Surrender to God. Because God loves you. God is a word. And all of the words for humanity, it goes with the duality. It goes with form, which is limiting. If you see with your eyes, if you experience life without any spirituality, without discovering your spiritual gifts, without going within and knowing that there is so much more to you than what you see in the mirror, you'll have to come back, because now all of karma has been stopped. You do not owe anything to anybody, and nobody owes you anything. We have risen to the fifth dimension. We are experiencing the fifth dimension. And if you are not, it is because you are holding on to thoughts from the past. So you're just recreating the past. Try to create something new. Just this week, try to create something new. We'll be doing, I have 45 minutes, so we'll have enough time to do a little meditation so that you can take this with you. And every day, I ask you every day to do this visualization of the same thing every day. And you will be attracting this to you. And it has to be something that makes you happy, that makes you excited. And you will draw it to you. Just something small to begin with so that you can gain confidence for this. And so my talk today was about what is our responsibility now as spiritual beings of light experiencing human form. And so our responsibility is to forgive, to forget the past, yes, and to forgive ourselves. And so many people are even needing to forgive God because so many people are judging. How can God bring in little babies, little children with cancer, for example? How can God cause these catastrophes throughout the world? How can God do this, God do that? God is impartial. God is pure consciousness. That is why we have been given choice. And if you're starting to focus on blame, remember, there are 3 fingers that are coming back at you. So become aware. This is where awareness starts. Become aware. When you are blaming someone, blaming the government, blaming the doctors, blaming pharmaceutical companies, blaming your ex, blaming the schools, blaming whoever. Stop blaming people. And start thinking, well, maybe these are still people. And people usually are doing the best they can with what they have. And most people don't have all the information that they need, that they would need to make a better decision. And so it's time to forgive. It's time to forgive ourselves for being so judgmental, for being so harsh, for being so perfect, for trying to be perfect. Because if we try to be something that we think we are not, we are pushing that quality away from ourselves. Because we have all the qualities. We have everything. Why? Because we are here. We are breathing. We are alive. From the first breath that we took until the last exhale, what do you think that is? It is the breath of life. And what is life? Life is God. The universe, consciousness, source. So you see, source is living through us, as us, to experience life through us, through our eyes, through our ears, through all our senses. That is why our life counts. Our life is holy. This is a holy experience that we are going through, that we are moving through. Even though we feel we're not enough, we don't have enough, we're not smart enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not young enough, we're not old enough, we're not enough. Stop it. You are more than enough once you become aware of all that you are. You are bliss. You are inspirational. It's because you don't love yourself. Once you start to love yourself, you will realize how many people love you. But right now, you don't know. You don't think anybody loves you because you don't love yourself. You don't see. And it's not just that face in the mirror that is attracting people. It's not your physical body that is attracting people to you. It's your personality. It's your smile. It's your demeanor. And most of all, it's that energy. We attract what we are, not what we want. So now it's time for us to become responsible, to go within and find out, where do I need to put more attention to myself so that I can raise my frequency as high as possible so that I may be happy. And once you have this happiness, love vibration that will expand this frequency, this light all around you, moving through you and out consistently, like it does around the planet, does the same thing for the planet as it does for all of us. That is when you will attract everything you need and want and more. This is when you will attract that perfect partner. That is when you will attract that perfect service that will bring you compensation beyond your wildest dreams. And I have changed the word work for service because we are all here today. Some of us to share, others to learn, and others are here to make a decision that they need advice. But remember, the last word comes from you. Whatever you need to decide about your life, it always comes from your heart, not your mind. Do not make a decision with your mind. Now is the time to make decisions with your heart. What do you love? Do you love this person? Do you love where you're living? Do you love where you're working? And so it is time to make changes so that you can feel free. And by feeling free, will allow more love in your life, because the lack of freedom is because you are unhappy. And the lack of freedom creates a jail, a prison in your mind, in your emotions, in your entire life. And your whole life, your whole body is affected as you are walking aimlessly through life. Oh, woe is me. I have no power. I hate my job. Is it 5 o'clock yet? Well, hopefully many of us who are listening to this have or will be starting their own creative business of light in service to others, coming from love. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter. It could be the most insignificant little thing. And the demand is there. The demand will always be there. If you do something from love, you will attract people who love your idea. And it will sell. Be a service, a product, anything. How? HOW equals GOD. The way will be shown. So it's also time for us to have faith. And the faith is to trust. And to trust is to trust yourself, knowing that you are doing the right thing. And how do you know? By meditating, by connecting with your higher self, by connecting with your divine self, with your source. And every morning, I have been doing this for many years. And this, I guarantee, will bring you so much peace, regardless of whatever is going to hell around you. You must feel at peace within you. And you will be safe and protected. Nothing will ever happen to you because you are fluctuating at a higher level. Nothing can touch you there because you are not at the same frequency. Earth is three-dimensional. When you vibrate at a higher frequency, you're fifth, sixth, seventh, and perhaps even higher. There are two different worlds simultaneously. Nobody can touch you because you're vibrating at such a high frequency. You're spinning so fast, they cannot see you. You are invisible, you see. I've tried this a few times driving in my car because I was late for something, and it worked. All the cars dispersed, and I just kept going. It was amazing. But I don't think of doing that too often because I'm no longer late for too many things. And so this is just one of many anecdotes that you will be directed and inclined to do once you have attained a peace. And it all begins with your connection with your source every morning. And let us begin it this way. This is how I do it. Just find a really comfortable chair. Not too comfortable for you to fall asleep in, but comfortable enough so that you're straight, sitting straight, your shoulders down, your arms and legs are uncrossed, and your eyes are closed, and you're breathing through the nose and expelling through the mouth. And let's try this all together so that you get this feeling, this emotion of love within you. And just relax, allow yourself to just surrender. Relax in your chair, knowing that there is nothing for you to do, nowhere that you need to be. I am. Just repeat this a few times. I am. I am here. And I am here. I am. I am here. And I am safe. And now we connect. Move all the way down, turning back of your eyes. Your consciousness that is behind your eyes. Move all the way down into your heart. And stay there. Just like an elevator would take you down into your heart space. And you can place your hands over your heart space to make it even more real for you. And now we begin. Feel this beautiful heart, this sacred heart. Let us connect with our fatherly, motherly energy, entity, divine source. Father, Mother, God, thank you for everything you have given us and continue to give us. We call upon our guides, our angels, master teachers, master healers, all those of the light and only of the light to be here now. And if there are any special beings of light that you would like to call upon, Dr. Usui, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, Metatron, and of course, gatekeepers, take your positions. Beings of light, columns of beautiful, pure white light, please stand shoulder to shoulder around each one of us. And another circle of white light standing shoulder to shoulder around all of us now. As we now are able to invite our friends, the Venusians, so that I may share my mind, my voice, and my heart with them now. And so now it is time to praise and to give thanks to God. Thank you for my breath of life. Thank you for my life, that I am learning so much about you through me, through the people I meet, especially the people who are the most difficult, are the ones that I am learning to love, because I am learning about myself through them. I thank you. I thank you for the patience that I am learning to have. And I am learning also to love you more, because I need to learn to love myself more, meaning first and foremost to be more gentle with myself, rather than pushing and prodding to do more, to be more, creating so much stress. Making me believe that there is no time, there is the same amount of time for everyone. And so thank you for allowing me to see this, so that I may choose wisely and create my day, my world, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful planet. Thank you for this beautiful world, that we are here to maintain and to love. And as we hold planet Earth, not just on Earth Day, but we hold Mother Earth, the energy of Mother Earth in our hands, giving her the love and nurturing that she needs to heal. And she is healing herself. And she is healing the earth, the water, the mountains, all of the trees and animals, all of the wildlife, everything and everyone. And we are here to stay. And the golden age has begun. And the responsibility has been given to each one of us. And so now let us visualize every man, woman, and child is awakening fast and furious to their godly gifts, awakening so that they can become telepathic and communicate from the heart with each other and understand the animals, understand the trees, and heal them when they need to be healed. Visualize that we are here to make a difference. And it begins with our love and devotion for Source. Source gives us everything that we need and want and more. Everything comes from Source. And so by giving thanks every day, throughout the day, if you're looking up at the sky, that is Source. If you're looking at a blade of grass, that is Source. Acknowledge Source in everything and everyone. And you will begin to see the beauty in everything and everyone. You don't have to like them or understand them. You are just loving them as Source loves all. Enough to allow us to live and to go back to Source as we ascend. We are in the photon belt. We are ascending. We have ascended. We just forgot that the mind is still in the world of duality. And so there are many ways of letting go, of shifting. And today is one of those days. We are all together. And there will be other momentous occasions as we build together as one with Source, creating more confidence in ourselves and with and through each other, as we are a community of light. Because this world, this earth, This life is worth it. And so whatever one is attracted to, whatever modality of light one is attracted to, use it, be it, become it. And respect your neighbor for choosing something different. We are all here choosing what makes us happy. And it is in our diversification that we appreciate each other. We are all one. And with this, we fly. We fly in love, through love. We are healthy, we are wealthy, we are free, and we are such beings of love that this is what we attract. And so it is. This is your prayer of thanks. So how's that for being responsible? Take a deep breath in. When you're ready, come back. You can stretch as we went to another space and time. Hope you enjoy yourself. Nobody's saying anything. Do we have, I don't know, do we have time? Is everybody fast asleep? Has everybody ascended? So here we are. I am in room 11. I have something to offer you. Now, what will it be? I think I'm going to offer a recalibration. This is if you've enjoyed our beautiful friends, the Venusians. They work through me to give you. It's about 45 minutes, and it's over the phone. And I record it so I can send it to you afterwards, either through email or through WhatsApp. And we deal with the cellular memory to transform you as quickly as possible, to let go of the ego mind, which is your past, which is what is blocking you from creating health, wealth, whatever you want in your life. So this would be something that I would like to offer you. And the numbers are, we have 21 people. So the numbers, let's say we're going to go to number 100.
Put your numbers in the chat, everybody, 0 to 100, and then Carol's going to pick a number and we'll see the closest number.
I don't have a number. What do you do? We don't have a number.
You put the number in the chat. Put the number in the chat, 0 to 100. You have to guess a number from 0 to 100. Put in the chat. And
Just
then
pick a number. Just pick a number.
just type a number in the chat. Anna.
Come on, we have 21 people. Come on, people. This is a freebie that is worth over 200 bucks. You're getting it for free. And it's going to change your life.
Carol, keep going for a few minutes. We're just trying to take care of a little problem, okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you're gonna pick the number that's closest to the number that you wrote on a piece of paper, guys, from 0 to 100. And then she's gonna pick a number. Give us a second. Where's Eugene? We need to find.
Okay, is that it? Nobody else? All right, are you ready? We have a drum roll. So congratulations, D. The number was, can you see it? 11. My room number. Yeah, it's 11. 11, 111. Very magical. Okay. So where are we? 10.
So what do I do? What does that mean? You picked 11.
You won.
Yay!
Okay.
You won.
So contact me, text me. So I'm writing this down. Text me 954-655-5490. And you can also look at my website for more information about the recalibration, because there's a whole dissertation about this thing that they gave me when they first came in. So it's Goddess Touch. My touch.net there. Oh, I should have sent it to D directly. Oh, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Oh, and it's area code 954. Sorry. Okay.
Thank you so much, Carol, for your presentation. We thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're so glad to have you here at the Healers Network. We are going to have Eugene Liddell up next to speak, and he's going to be amazing. So Eugene, go ahead and take it away.
All righty. With an introduction like that, I better not let anybody down. Hello, guys. My name is Eugene Ledoux. I am an intuitive conversationalist. What that means is I will speak with you. I will use my guides. I will use tarot. I will use, well, actually, I don't want to say I will use, but the dragons also give me information and a few other things. I do readings, but one of the things I love to do is teach. I use the time here on the stage to try to help people reach their potential. That is one of those things that is very dear to me, is to help people use their potential, because I've had people do that for me. I've had, most recently, Sherry and a few others that are part of the Healers Network encourage me and also inspire me. I am also a poet. I am a photographer. As you can see, Jellybean right here behind me. He's kind of my Zoom buddy here because, well, I got construction going on behind me. But anyway, what I want to talk to you today is about using your soul memory as a part of your creativity. We all are creative, and I don't think everybody realizes that. But it's where we get our inspiration and what do we create, how do we create. Well, one of the things that my guides have shared with me for a long time now is that imagination is the memory of the soul. I want you to think about that just for a second. Imagination is the memory of the soul. Some people like to watch movies, some people like to read books, others all kinds of different art that they enjoy. And a lot of people ask themselves, where did this person come up with this? Where did this story come from? I personally like fantasy and sci-fi. If anybody has seen or read The Lord of the Rings or something like that, they at one point had to have asked themselves, where and how did this author come about this? How did they put this vision into a movie? You ever read a poem and ask yourself, where did this come from? How did he put these words or she put these words together in such a way that it touched my soul, touched my heart, touched my emotions, made me cry, made me laugh? How do some people tell a joke, and they do it so cleverly that you can't help but laugh, but you wonder, how do they do it? Well, our soul memory is that which all the lives we've ever lived, we have things that we remember that we don't even understand. Oh, it may not be a verbatim type of memory, but it gives you a glimpse into other worlds. For instance, the dragons. We here on Earth, almost every culture has a form of dragon. You ever ask yourself why? Well, there's a reason for it, because we as a species have a collective soul memory. At one time, dragons were physically here. They had a purpose. They are no longer here, but we do remember them. Some people, when they imagine a dragon, they think, oh, a beast of terror. Blood and ice and fire, and they get all scared. And then there's others that, when they think of a dragon, they think, wow, it's magic. It's wonderful. This is something I want to share with my kids. We're going to make a movie about it. We want to write about it. And there's so many different versions of the dragons. So I, at one time, went back and started looking at it. And almost in every culture, the dragon is considered wise. It has information that we don't have. Well, when the dragons first started appearing to me, I found out there's a reason for that. Dragons are the muses. They are the ones that help us by providing inspiration. I write a lot of dragon poetry. So that is for me. But how do you, what do you feel, or what do you imagine when you close your eyes? Can you sing? Do you have a song that's always in your head and you want it to come out through your throat, but it's not a melody you've ever heard before, at least you don't think? You ever have those quiet moments when all of a sudden words are coming into your head? This is the inspiration. This is the soul memory. Do you ever make up a story to tell your children or somebody else's children? Well, there's a reason and there's a reason for that is your soul is remembering things. So one of the things I would like to encourage you is when you're trying to be creative, if something's not working, try to think in your mind what you're trying to accomplish. And I was talking about this the other day with someone, and they said to me, I can't draw, I can't write, I can't sing. I said, so what can you do? Well, they go, I build. I said, what do you build? Oh, I like making little knickknacks and little shelves and fancy little woodworking. I said, that's art. That's something. What do you want to express? Oh, I like the old-timey look. And the more we started talking, they started getting excited. They started using their soul memory and using it to be creative. Sometimes we think, well, creation is only in art or music. Imagination can be used in the everyday life. You ever go to a city and look at a building and go, this is amazing, this is beautiful. I think most people would think, oh, if he's talking about a building, they think the Taj Mahal. You know, these are things that are creative. So using your soul memory can spark a lot of things, but don't give up. Don't sit there and say, I don't have an ability. We all have an ability. You've heard people on here say, oh, we want to help you grow. We want to help you discover your spiritual gifts. One of those gifts that everybody has is creativity. So remember, let your mind go back. Let it embrace those things that come into it and be creative. Find a way to express that soul memory in a way that can, if nothing else, is fun and relaxing for you. This, a lot of people don't understand, is a spiritual gift. I don't know if nobody could tell you what your gift is. This is something you also have to figure out. Sometimes it's by trial and error. Sometimes it's by talking to people and saying, do you like this? Does it cause you to feel something? Does it cause you to smile? Does it cause you to frown? Is there anything? One of the things that we should try is when we're meditating, and most people in here that I know that are speakers do some form of meditation. Maybe we need to start doing some meditation on imagination. That'll increase that soul memory coming through. I will tell you that not all of soul memory will be good. You've heard people in here talk about releasing the past, getting rid of those things that are not good to keep inside. That is also a way to use your creativity. As a poet, I know that sometimes not all my poetry is fluffy and full of flowers. Your creativity can help you release. Your creativity can help you review. It can help you to renew. There's so much that we don't actually talk about. I would encourage you, if you are not doing something with your creative side, that you do so. It's something that we all need to do. Normally at this time, that's all I wanted to share with you at this point. So I have decided to, I wrote a couple poems recently. They've actually helped some people, so I thought I'd read a couple of them today. One is called, the first one is called Movement and Magic. And yes, I do read it because I don't memorize it. Movement and Magic. The hand is quicker than the eye, so we've been told. And if it be true the fortune favors the bold, let us speak then of true magic, and not the rubbish we've been sold. I lay aside the grace in my tongue, and I'll tell you plainly of magic's principle of one. For in all else there is only this, though it seems to be too stun. Simply put, movement is magic. Movement guided by intent is the trick. For movement with no intent is chaos and indeed tragic. The absence of movement is an invitation to rot and death. For without movement there is no flow of blood or breath. Without movement, time itself ceases. The stars turn cold, and nothing is left. So it is from quark to quasar, movement is life, and life in motion is the magic. That one, the reason I wrote that is someone was telling me, I don't believe in magic. Well, it's there every day. The next one is kind of an affirmation. Someone was having trouble sleeping, and I was inspired to write something. Hopefully, I've heard it called a spell. I've heard it called an affirmation. I've heard it called a prayer. Personally, I think it's all of the above. To slumber and sleep. Whether my pillow be of feather or stone, sleep and rest are skills I must hone. I have thought my thoughts and put them in this box. With circle and sign, I have sealed the locks. I close my eyes without sheep or pill. So say I, for this is my will. I am protected until I must wake. My purpose I will not forsake. So be it, my intent is set. Tonight, rest and sleep I will get. That is the end. And I actually received a call, or a message, I should say, that the person that was having the trouble sleeping read this aloud 3 times and they slept the whole night through. So, your creativity can affect others. Your soul memory is the best form of being creative. Is there anyone that has any kind of a questions regarding this subject? Okay. That's all I have for the moment. Kiana, are you there?
I am, and thank you, Jean, so much. It was beautiful, 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 and thank you so much for going out of turn. So thank you for being here. Everyone, send up hearts for Jean. Did you have a door prize to give away, Jean?
I do. A half-hour session to be scheduled later this week. I have already chosen a number. If
we need to get their numbers in the chat. So numbers from 1 to 100 in the chat. Barbara, did you have a question for Jean?
If you did, you're muted, Barbara.
Everyone, please put your numbers 1 to 100 in the chat. I currently see no numbers. If you don't have a number, you can't win. Yay, Danielle. Let's get some numbers.
Did you have a question, Barbara?
I did. Could you speak to the topic about speaking to dragons a little bit more? Like specifically, like how does one speak to a dragon?
Well, my first actual interaction was they came to me, and I hate to say it this way, but I see dead people sometimes, and I see other things. And there was a Sunday I was home alone, and they kind of showed up, and they come to find out were friends with my guide a very, very long time ago. And they wanted, I was kind of feeling that I should write about dragons, but I didn't know how, I didn't know what. And they just kind of showed up. So I have asked this question because you are not the first person to ask me that. It seems to be something that a lot of people want to know. And I will simply say this: ask. Ask out loud. But I must warn you, when they come, they don't come quietly, whether it be uh, physically or not physically, but when you see them, sometimes it can be a little frightening at first. It's not time for them to physically return, but it's getting very close. But uh, you can also request. Now, the dragons, they don't speak in our language; their throats are different. Most of the time, their communication with me is in images. For instance, I asked the first one what her name was, and all of a sudden, I'm getting image after image after image, and I'm like, okay, slow down. I didn't say it nicely, though. I was using words that I probably shouldn't use in public. Because it was a little bit overwhelming at first, and all I did was ask her name. Well, some of the images I was getting were things that I couldn't relate to at all. I did not understand them. But one of them was of her flying among stars, kind of like a dance in the stars. And I said, "Star dancer?" And I just that'll do, that's it, you know. And so now I know her name. However, her name is nothing I could ever pronounce, or any human vocals cords could not pronounce those names. They're long, they're descriptive not just of character and physical traits, but of will and desire of what they hold dear. So, short answer to your question, just ask. Just be willing to, deal with it as it comes. Sometimes I have a friend who is talking to dragons, and they say it's more of a feeling for them. So, but let's start the conversation by asking. Real simple. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Is that all for numbers? Tiana, are you still there? Wow, this has been acting weird. So I will do it this way. I wrote it down before the room actually started. It is 21. The closest is Viola Austin. Where are you, Viola? There you are. If you'd like to exchange information, go to room 8, and I will join you there, and we can exchange information and set up a time to do a half-hour reading. It'll probably be this week, though. Okay?
Okay, so go to room 8.
Room 8, and we'll exchange information.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Kiana, you got the room?
Hello. Awesome. So I see only 3 numbers in the chat, and I see lots more people in the room. So if you would like to win a session, go ahead and drop a number in the chat. What are you doing?
We already did that.
Well, there's only 3 numbers. There's more people here than 3 people, or did everyone already win?
I assumed they did.
Okay. What's your number, Jean?
It was 21. Viola was closest.
Ooh, perfect.
And I chose the number before the room started. So
perfect. We love it. Amazing. Awesome.
All right. I'm going to go to room 8. I'll meet you there, Viola.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.